Shout out to Money Brown, man. Ernest Jr. Boy, Money Brown, he get a lot of money, that's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there, Fight World? It's your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one is on two legends in the game. We got Canelo Alvarez, the hottest fighter on the planet, the 4-division world champion, the undisputed super middleweight world champion. Then we have Andre Ward, the former gold medalist, the 2-division unified world champion. We all know he went undefeated through his entire career. But Andre Ward throws shots at Canelo. Sergio Moore say, who the hell cleans out an entire boxing division in 11 months? Even SOG was forced to do it in about 2 years. Andre Ward said, I was in a tournament, family. I did not pick who and when I fought. And he also said, I jumped in that deep water as a young pup. It was sink or be the last man standing. So Andre Ward throws shots at Canelo Alvarez. Once again, I'm going to say this again, everybody. Sergio Moore came out and said, who the hell cleans out an entire division in 11 months? 11 months. Even the son of God, SOG Andre Ward, was forced to do it in about 2 years. Andre Ward say, I was in a tournament, family, the Super 6. I did not pick who and when I fought. And he said, I jumped in deep waters as a young pup. It was sink or be the last man standing. Andre Ward, my brother. Like I say, I know a lot of people go look at Ward and be like, man, he ain't this, he ain't that. Andre Ward is a legend in the game, everybody. What he done in the boxing game is to be commended, is to be respected. If you know anything about the Super 6 tournament, you will understand what I'm talking about. We all know about him going undefeated since he was like 11 or 12, somewhere around that nature. Grew up with a lot of great fighters in the game. The last gold medalist from a American fighter. But when you come out here and you throw these shots at Canelo Alvarez, and they are shots, Ward. They are shots. I know Sergio Moore said what he said, and you said what you said, and you're a man, you go stand on your shit. But me, man, being Money Brown TV, I got to speak this shit the only way that I know how to speak it, bro. You say you jumped off the porch as a pup. Andre Ward, Canelo was 15 years old when he turned professional, bro. I know you a student of the game, and you knows that. You know that, Ward. You know this man jumped off the porch as a real pup. As a real pup. You understand what I'm saying? I want to see another 15-year-old that turned professional in a game that did what Canelo Alvarez did. So, one, you know what I'm saying? We got to stop throwing strikes right there. Right? So that's debunked because you wasn't younger than Canelo Alvarez when he jumped off in that motherfucking water, bro. And it was really sink or swim for him over there in Mexico. 15-year-old fighting grown-ass man, regardless of what anybody say. Them grown-ass mans that been in the game that can punch hard in the motherfucker. And this is a 15-year-old kid that's getting in that motherfucker rumbling with these motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Ward? You feel me? Then, Ward, you said, you know, you didn't pick and choose or, you know, where you fought. I mean, you in a tournament. We all know how the tournament go. You in a tournament. We all know how a tournament go. You understand what I'm saying? And you did get in there, and you did beat the dogs. Let's go through it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because you started professional in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. I know Andre Ward career. Right? I'm sorry, 2004. Sorry, y'all. 2004, and you became a world champion in 2009. So that's a 5-year span for you to become world champion. You became world champion in a tournament, in the Super 6 tournament. Right? And, you know, you beat Mikhail Kessler, Alan Green, Sakio Biko, Arthur Abraham, and Cora Froch. You feel me? You took those dudes out in that tournament. And that's a hell of a resume that you did. Right? I picked you to win it all. My mama picked you to win it all. You know what I'm saying? I had family that was going with Andre Darrell. Y'all was supposed to fight, but it never happened. Canelo Alvarez, he cleaned out his division at 168. Canelo was unified at 160. Right? Went up to 75, knocked out Kovalev, the guy you knocked out as well, and I feel like Kovalev was a little more dangerous when you fought him. I will admit that. He was undefeated, he was the crusher. No doubt about it, but he was still dangerous when Canelo fought him as well. And Canelo was most definitely unified at 154. You understand what I'm saying? So you can say that, you know, I didn't pick and choose or what or when I fought. But Canelo Alvarez's resume, to me, is better than Andre Ward's. Canelo Alvarez's resume is better than Andre Ward's. You understand what I'm saying? And I will say this as well. Canelo Alvarez had a better career than Andre Ward. And this is all respect to Ward. All respect to him, bro. He ended his career as a young man. He could have still went in there and spiced it up. That's a fact. Andre Ward could have still went in there and spiced it up. You know one thing that get to me as well, family? Ward went up. He fought Kovalev twice. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the first fight had me on pins and needles. I was nervous as hell. Couldn't really watch it because my TV went out. My brother Chestnut, good job, because Chestnut called it to a T, right? But when Ward beat him the second time, he was the unified champion as well. You know, a lot of people get on Canelo ass, right? A lot of people get on Canelo ass. They always say Canelo was one fight away from undisputed at 160. He was one fight away at 154, right? Either 160 or 154. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Demetrius Andrade, right? He was one fight away. Andre Ward was one fight away from undisputed at the light heavyweight division. All he had to do was fight my guy, you know, big dog King Kong over there, Adonis Stevenson. That's it. All he had to do was fight Adonis Stevenson. And Adonis Stevenson wanted to fight Ward. Adonis Stevenson wanted to fight Kovalev. You feel me? He wanted to fight both. So Andre Ward could have been undisputed at 175, but he never went that route. He never went that route. You dig? And that's his only right. That's his right. I ain't gonna say it's his only right, but that's his right to do his career how he want to do his career. Because when he beat Kovalev, Kovalev was the main guy at 175. That was the big dog. That's a fact. That's a motherfucking fact. Kovalev was the big dog. He was the crusher. A lot of people didn't want to fight him. You understand? But Andre Ward was one fight away from being undisputed at 175. And nobody said a motherfucking thing, bro. Nobody said not one thing. You feel me? And I wanted Ward to go undisputed. I wanted Ward to fight Adonis Stevenson. I thought he could have beat him, but he knew it was a dangerous fight because Adonis Stevenson ass can punch. He can punch his ass off, bro. And I wanted Ward to go undisputed, but he didn't do it. But people get on Canelo ass all the time for not being undisputed. So now Canelo comes out and go undisputed, you know, and Ward, you say you don't pick and choose your fights, but Andre Ward, you pick Caleb Plant to knock out Canelo Alvarez. You did that, Ward. You picked him. So evidently, you thought Caleb Plant was a bad motherfucker, better than anybody Canelo faced. Even Floyd Money Mayweather, Lara, you know, everybody that said they gave him a tough fight. Austin Trout, Miguel Cotto, all these motherfuckers that people want to say gave Canelo a good fight, arguably beat him besides Floyd Mayweather. We know that was a clear L. Nobody dispute that. But the Laras, the Denny Jacobs, y'all put Caleb Plant on this big-ass pedestal and that he was going to knock Canelo the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying? When y'all know greatness, when y'all see greatness because you motherfuckers are great. Y'all knew that man didn't have a chance to knock Canelo no fuck out. Y'all knew that man didn't have a chance to knock Canelo out. And matter of fact, y'all knew that man wasn't going to knock Canelo out, but y'all still spilled that rhetoric out there in the world. Y'all still put it out there because, like I say, you speak into existence what you want to happen. And that's what y'all wanted to happen. Y'all wanted that shit to happen. You dig? On top of that, you fought some big punches, Ward. But Canelo Alvarez fought big punches also. And when I look at this list, this just to me, Miranda, Canelo would have beat him. Let's go with Super 6. Miguel Kessler, Canelo would have beat him. Alan Green, Canelo would have beat him. Sakio Bika, Canelo would have beat him. Arthur Abraham, Canelo would have beat him. Corey Froch, Tricky, Canelo would have beat him. Chad Dawson came down to 68 from 75. Came down to 68 from 75. Canelo would have beat him. Edwin Rodriguez, Canelo would have beat him. Paul Smith, Canelo would have beat him. Beat two of his brothers, motherfucking Callum Smith and motherfucking we all know the other boy. Sullivan Barrera, undefeated, Canelo would have beat him. Alexander Brand, Canelo would have beat him. Sergey Kovalev back then, I think he would have gave Canelo some trouble because he was a hard fucking puncher, but Canelo would have beat him. So I got Canelo beating everybody on your resume. You feel me? And I feel like you could have beat everybody on Canelo resume that you can fight that was in the weight class. I think you could have beat Callum Smith, Billy Joe, Caleb Plant, and you already beat Kovalev, right? I think you could have beat those guys as well. So when you look at Canelo, you can't say, oh, he pick and choosing. Because the resume you have, Canelo would knock them motherfuckers out just like you beat them. He'd have knocked some of them peoples out that you went 12 rounds with. You know what I'm saying? So when we're looking at Canelo, we're looking at greatness, man. And like I say, we have to respect greatness. We have to respect greatness. Boy, you wasn't as near young as Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was younger than you when he became world champion, Ward. He was younger than you. Canelo said he'll fight Bivol and Better Be. You know what you said? Canelo better stay away from them guys. You said Canelo better stay away from them guys. No, Canelo wanted to be great. Canelo want the challenges. You feel me? He want the challenges. And he did what you couldn't do, Ward, in 11 months. That's a fact. That's a fact. You did? That's a fact. That ain't no shot. That ain't no hate. The man became undisputed at the 68 division, right? Well, you reigned that for a while. You reigned at the 168-pound division for a while. And Canelo became undisputed in 11 months. In 11, bro. 11. That's special. People go try to say who was the fighters, this, that, and the third. No, those guys was champions. And undefeated champions. Undefeated champions. You feel me? So you got to give Canelo all this respect, baby. You can't throw them type of shots. Those shots fail. Those bricks. Those bricks, bro. Monty Brown go stand up here and I'm going to keep it trill. I'm going to keep it real. Canelo Alvarez's career is better than Andre Ward's. That's a fact. I got to give it to him. I got to give it to the kid, man. His career is better than Ward's. 4 division, right? 4 division. Undisputed in less than 11 months. The top dog in the game. You was number 1, Ward. But Canelo putting the masses in the seats. Canelo is bringing in that big money. That big money and putting the masses in the seats that count for something to me. I know a lot of people call him on the business. You know what I'm saying? And he's daring to be great as well. He's daring to be great as well. And he still have 6 more years to go. 6. You feel me? And I hate saying that number because that's a bad luck number to me. But he still have 7 more. I'm going to say 7 more years to go. Fuck that. 7. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still in this one. But at the end of the day, Ward, you got to get credit where credit is due. You can't come throwing these little weak-ass shots, bro. Those are shots, and they weak. They weak. Because I just debunked those motherfuckers that fat. I ain't even have to do no research for real to really debunk them. You still my guy. I fucks with you heavy. But I got to keep it trill. I got to keep it real. I got to keep it trill. I got to keep it real. Canelo Alvarez, future is still bright. He's still learning in the game at 31 years of age. And he got a lot more to accomplish. A lot more. He will go fight better Beeb and Bivol. And he will defeat them guys, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He will defeat them guys, become even greater. Even greater. Skill set is real, man. Skill set is real. So Andre Ward comes out, those shots at Canelo Alvarez to Monty Brown, they fail horribly. And Ward, you can't do nothing but get his due his respect, bro. We need that comment of you giving Canelo his respect because you did pick Caleb Plant to knock him out. So I'm waiting for that comment, Ward. As a man, you stand as a man. Get that man his just due. Respect that man as a legend. Respect that man as a great. You are great. That man took 1 loss, and look what he's doing. Still bounce back as the king, bro. Cut the bullshit. Shouts out to you, Ward. Keep grinding. Do your thing, big dog. Shouts out to Canelo. Continue your grind to be the greatest Mexican fighter of all time and one of the greatest to ever lace him up. Waiting on your next fight. Until then, it's your boy Money. It's the NSBC moving. Everybody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate, OG Money on Cash App. TreyHunter52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the videos. And y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.